It's been a frantic week for Boris Johnson, resigning from his position as a London MP on Friday, facing Judgment Day from the Privileges Committee on whether he misled Parliament, and now feuding with Rishi Sunak. Now, if you're looking to chip in when Boris is mentioned at work, in the pub, or around the dinner table, just follow along for the next few minutes. Let's start with his resignation. Similarly to when Boris left number 10, it's a case of jumping before he's pushed. The Privileges Committee are investigating whether he misled the House of Commons last year. Yep, you guessed it, it's about Partygate. He said that senior advisors told him to say that rules and guidelines were followed at all times, but the Privileges Committee are expected to say that there's no evidence that he was advised to say this. Boris released an exit statement at the weekend in which he claims that the Privileges Committee are mounting a witch hunt against him. And he's called the committee a kangaroo court, setting out with the purpose of finding him guilty. Because, Boris says, it's in no one's interest that the investigation continues for a single day further, he stepped down as MP for Uxbridge and South Ruislip. But the committee is continuing, and Judgment Day is tomorrow. Separately now, he's caught up in a row with current PM Rishi Sunak, not over policy, but his resignation honours list. Stick with me on this one. Now, this is Boris's Prime Minister's resignation honours list, a way for outgoing PMs to decorate their most loyal aides and supporters by getting them a life peerage in the House of Lords. Many former PMs have made use of this scheme. In the last decade, that's David Cameron and Theresa May. Even Liz Truss recommended 4 people for honours, and she was only in the position for 7 weeks. The way it works is that current Prime Minister receives the list and then passes it on to the House of Lords, who make decisions on approval. Now, Boris put forward at least 16 names, notably more than usual, and in February the list came back from the Lords with just 8 remaining. It's normally a classified document, but number 10 took the unusual step of declassifying the list it got back from the Lords, likely to show that Rishi himself didn't remove any of the names. Fast forwards to now though, and Boris, seemingly aware of his impending Judgment Day, pushed for a meeting with the PM to get the rejected names reinstated. But the PM refused to budge, and there the row begins. The fallout over his resignation honours list has caused chaos. Boris and 2 other Conservative MPs have resigned in a matter of days, namely Nigel Adams and Nadine Dorries, both of whom were on that list of rejected names, and both of whom weren't planning to run as MPs at the 2024 general election so that they could take up these seats in the Lords. These resignations have triggered 3 critical by-elections at a time where the Tory party is in disarray and Labour continue to hold a strong lead in the polls. Now, yesterday we covered the Labour candidates' chances in Boris's West London constituency, so do check that out. We'll also have the Privileges Committee's verdict here on London Live when it drops tomorrow, which could add further damage to the Conservatives' reputation. And as for Boris Johnson's future in politics, well, let us know what you think.